An evil female killer who lured a Scottish schoolgirl into a brutal murder trap has died just 2 years into a life sentence. Depraved sicko Donna Brand died aged 47 at the Forth Valley Royal Hospital near Falkirk yesterday. Brand was caged for the murder of 14-year-old Caroline at the River Leven in West Dunbartonshire in August 1996. A Scottish Prison Service spokesperson said, "Every death, whether in prison custody or in our communities, is a tragedy for all those who knew and supported the individual. Following the death of someone in our care, Police Scotland are advised and the matter reported to the Procurator Fiscal." Brand was banged up at HMP Stirling, but was taken to Forth Valley after feeling unwell. When Caroline went missing in 1996, her mother and grandfather made this emotional appeal.
I'm really just here to ask anybody that saw anything, heard anything. She was my only way.
Well, I'd ask them to come out and tell the police what they know, because it's a 14-year-old kid is involved.
Brand, alongside Robert O'Brien and Andrew Kelly, lured the schoolgirl to her death, but it took almost 30 years for them to finally face justice for the killing. Brand was locked up for life in 2024 for killing Caroline and ordered to serve a minimum of 17 years, but her sentencing was repeatedly delayed due to suffering from a respiratory infection. Brand never showed up at court and instead was branded a coward by Caroline's mum, Margaret McGeoch, for learning her fate via video link. The fiend learned her fate 3 months after O'Brien and Kelly, who were also locked up for life. During the 10 days of evidence, the jury heard O'Brien, Kelly and Brand had arranged to meet Caroline at a bridge near the towpath beside the River Leven between Renton and Bonhill in West Dunbartonshire on the 25th of August that year. Caroline was repeatedly punched and kicked and had bricks or other similar items thrown at her, causing blunt force trauma to her head and body. She was pushed or fell into the undergrowth, and her body was later discovered in the river at place of Bonhill in Renton on the 25th of August, the day after her mother's 40th birthday. In sentencing, Judge Lord Brade blasted the killer for a lack of remorse for killing innocent Caroline and robbing her of a full life in the brutal, depraved and above all wicked crime. He said, "You continue to deny your involvement and have shown limited empathy for Caroline's mother. As I have already said when sentencing Robert O'Brien and Andrew Kelly, but will repeat for your benefit, Caroline was a popular teenager. Indeed, you say she was a friend of yours. As her mother, Margaret McGeoch, puts it in her victim statement, she was a lover of life. Due in part to you, Caroline has been deprived of the opportunity of living that life, of developing into an adult, forming relationships, having children, fulfilling the potential which she evidently had, and have continued to enjoy life as she clearly did. Additionally, a daughter has been taken from her loving mother." In her victim statement, Mrs McGeoch speaks eloquently and movingly of the lasting pain which Caroline's death has caused, the void which has been left in her life, which can never be filled, and the incalculable feelings of deep loss and sadness which will always be there. She has been deprived of seeing the woman that Caroline would have become, and of taking pride in potential Caroline may have fulfilled. No sentence that I can pass on you can possibly make up for what she has lost. The murderous trio were found guilty after a 10-day trial at the High Court in Glasgow in December 2023. The case also featured on the BBC's true crime series Murder Trial, which followed the court proceedings that finally saw the twisted trio brought to justice.